Hello, welcome to Seniors Count. I'm your host, Fran Janine, and on our show, we believe that you are the foundation on which Boston was built. So our goal is to connect you to resources, benefits, information, and to enhance your life. And that we do, we say thank you for joining us. Today, on the show, I'm having a gentleman on, and I'm going to say gentleman. He's into all kinds of other stuff, but he's a gentleman first. I want you to welcome with me Stephen Murphy, Councillor Steve Murphy. He's an at-large one. Now, what is an at-large one, Steve?
I represent the entire city, all 9 districts.
All 9 districts, all 19 neighborhoods.
Yes. There are 4 at-large councilors, and then there are 9 district councilors that represent just certain parts of the city. Together, there's 13 of us all together with the legislative branch of city government. And
so you're going to know a lot.
Sometimes.
Seriously, when you think about it, I mean, here's the city, but you're going to know every one of the neighborhoods.
You're moving around a lot, friend.
Right, I guess you would be.
Yeah. There's, you work during the day, and then at night there are nighttime community meetings, and they're all over the city. So sometimes I'll have 3 and 4 meetings in different parts of the city. I can go from East Boston to Reedville to Brighton to Dorchester and zigzag and crisscross all over.
All of them. Now, there's 19 neighborhoods that we know of, the way it's set up from Allston, Brighton, straight on up the last one, West Roxbury. So, but you have to know all of these different places. That's a lot of work.
It's fun.
It's fun,
I grew up in the city, and
that's what I love.
And I've lived here all my life, other than the couple of years I was away at college. I've lived in Boston all my life, and I've seen it change and grow, and it continues to evolve.
Right.
It's just a great place to live, Boston.
Oh, it's got so much.
It has so much. It
when
really
you think
does.
about it.
All the neighborhoods, and I grew up mostly in Hyde Park, and I remember summers at the various ball fields and playgrounds.
Oh, with Kelly Field,
Kelly Field, and Moynihan
Smithfield.
and
Smith, that's the one we had everything.
My introduction to GIMP. Remember GIMP?
GIMP. Oh my God, Steve, that goes way back. Oh my goodness.
But it was a great place to grow up. You had a great neighborhood. They looked out for one another. They looked out. The neighbors looked out for the neighbors' kids.
True.
If you were acting up, someone would give you a kick in the pants.
That's true. That's true.
Or
they would tell a friend of your mother's, and it would tell your mother.
You get 2 kicks in the pants. That's true.
But that's true. They did take care of you from different ones. So you lived in Boston all your life.
All my life.
Hyde Park.
Yep.
Your mother?
My mother is from Hyde Park.
What was her
maiden name was Margie Mitchell.
Oh, everybody knows Margie.
And she's class of 1946, Hyde Park High School.
Hyde Park High School.
She's still in Hyde Park and 85 years old and bowling twice a week.
God bless her. But see, she's welcomed everywhere she goes because she's been part of this neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And she loves it.
Yeah, she loves it.
And she talks with the people.
Yeah.
And you gain from that.
I do, yeah. My mother goes to Joe Carlaville's barbershop and gets a regular boy's haircut twice a month.
But some of the seniors do that. You know that. They got it years ago, and
Joe and his barbers they don't see my mother on her scheduled week, every other week.
They say,
"Is your mother okay? She didn't come in." And
what's happening.
She's fine,
Now, tell me, your father was Bostonian?
Yes, he grew up in Dorchester, the Codman Square area, and that was a class of English high school.
Wow,
and then he went
goes
to
way back.
Yeah, Boston University. He became a police officer in Boston. Was on the job for 14 or 15 years. Had a heart attack at age 42, and put himself through law school. So he couldn't be a cop anymore, but he still loved the law, and
he wanted to do
went to nights to law school and got a law degree.
Oh my God!
And then he got a second career as a prosecutor down the Cape.
Yeah.
as an assistant
I
district
didn't know
attorney.
that. Oh, yeah. See, you never know, do you?
No,
But he
So-
was determined to keep going.
keep going, yeah. 42 was too young to quit, you know.
That's for sure. He just recently passed.
He passed in December, yeah.
Yeah.
My mother's adjusting to that.
That's hard,
And
especially when they...
we're all close. I'm about a quarter of a mile from my mother's house.
That's
and
good.
My sister Diane, I'm one of 4 siblings. I'm the oldest of 4. My sister Diane lives with my mother
That's
in the
nice,
house.
yeah.
And my sister Kathy's in Virginia, and my brother Michael is in Randolph.
But
So
see,
we're
that's
all-
nice, though, that you have all these siblings,
Mm-hmm.
and they remember things just like you remember things. You know, and then when you get together to talk about them, it brings back great memories.
yeah, we went out for brunch on Mother's Day.
Oh, that must have been
We
lovely.
all went to Mass together.
Naturally.
And it
right.
was the 50th anniversary of me making my first communion in the same church,
Oh, where'd you go?
St. Pius.
St. Pius?
It's all part of the Blue
Yeah, it's all
Hills
part of the...
Collaborative, St.
Yeah,
Anne's,
yeah.
St. Pius.
We had 2 St. Anne's.
And it was,
precious blood, yeah.
and I had the little missalette from 1965, 50.
My
So
God.
I said, Mom, look
But
at
see, look at those memories.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, and it just puts something in your heart
It does.
that you stay together.
Yeah, and it's funny, I'm in the same church 50 years
Right.
later to the day,
The day of it, right?
to the day of the communion.
And people say all these changes that are happening. Yeah, they're happening, but the memories are still there.
The memories get reinforced every week.
That's
when you
right.
go
And you're not
back
going to do them. Yeah, I know things are changing, and not everybody goes to church as much as we used to, but that's okay. You know, I mean, keep it going.
I happen to get a lot out of going to church.
Very good.
I think of the story of Jesus the man as a sad story because he dies on the cross for everyone's sins. But I think of Jesus, the figure, the
Right.
Son of God.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
It's a great story, right?
It's one of the great stories of all time.
And a lot of the seniors, they absolutely, positively love the religion. No matter what religion it is, it's God.
It's bedrock. It's
Right.
something that
You hit it right on the button. It's there, and it's not going to change.
Yep.
It's good. And they try to keep to the kids. I remember I had an opportunity to spend some time with some people from India over at, we were out at Columbia Point one time. And it was very interesting because she used to say, well, you're going to go down a road, you're going to go down a path, you're going to go down a lane, you're going to go down the highway. She was just so interesting that she brought this up to telling us all, you're young now, but you've got all these ahead of you. And it's true.
opportunity, yeah.
Opportunity.
Always presenting itself.
And we had all of them. When you get out, so you think, what do you want to do? You say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a plumber, whatever.
Sometimes you don't know what you want to do until
That's
you grow up.
true.
And even after you grow up.
Right, you just still don't know what you want to be. Well, you were here in the city. You grew up in Boston. You knew everything to do with Boston.
And Boston was a great place
Right,
to grow up.
it was.
We had
It-
so much.
We sure
We were
did.
in Hyde Park. We were in the city, yet we were in the suburbs.
Right.
When
We
you
were
think
in
we
the-
had,
we- oh.
we had trees and grass and driveways.
And beautiful parks.
Beautiful parks,
that they
yeah.
can go to. No, I agree with you there. We were very lucky in the Hyde Park to have all those nice playgrounds. Of course, things changed, but that's okay. We're starting to get them back again.
Yep.
They're starting to reopen the different playgrounds with a whole different name.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I think at Iacono Field,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
we got Richie Fazzoko's
Which
taught
he-
lot, and he's so deserving of that,
People don't have any idea what he did, Steve.
what he's done.
I know.
Just a great guy.
He really, and I mean, and when Tom was talking to us about him, he said, people don't have any idea what this man has given through the years.
Yeah.
And he didn't want them to know, really. It was
No,
not
it
just,
was just in anonymity.
it's what he did, right.
But he did his part to make his neighborhood better.
Right. If something's needed,
There's so many stories like that in Boston.
I
There's
can
so many
imagine, yeah,
people.
because
I
you
know
must hear them.
know.
I do, yeah, because I had to deal with a lot of them, yeah. But I know, but you also, when you think about being on the city council. Now, okay, so let's go back to you going to school in Boston. You lived in Boston. You decided to do what?
I should tell you a little bit. I went to the Franklin Roosevelt School in Hyde Park.
Oh, my God.
Which is now it's still the Roosevelt,
Right.
but it's part of the
Right.
old Hemingway is
Old
part
Hemingway,
of the
yeah.
Roosevelt. And then I graduated from there and took the test, got into Boston Latin School.
Goodness.
And I remember going to Boston Latin School and walking in the auditorium, and it's a great big auditorium, and they have all the names of the famous graduates up and around. There's Benjamin Franklin and George
All these things in
Santayana
it, yeah.
and Joseph Kennedy and all these names in friezes, and you're looking around in awe of the place. And then you sit down. The headmaster at the time was Dr. Wilfred O'Leary, and he came out, and he was a retired Marine. So everybody's, it's the first time I've been out of my neighborhood. I took the trolley and the bus to get
the
there.
whole thing, yeah.
And I'm looking up, and he says, look to the left of you, look to the right of you. Only one of you will remain in 6 years. And you're like, oh my God.
He had a point, though, didn't he?
He did. He's scaring
He had a point.
On day one, he's scaring the
In
heck
other words,
out
go
of me.
this way and go that way because you never know what's going to come.
Yep. So there were about 1,000 of us that got in.
Wow.
And 331 graduated 6 years later.
6 later, yeah.
And I was one of the 331.
So you did good. You did, and your mother must have been very proud,
Mother and father, yeah.
which is good, very good.
It's something, and I just had my 40th high school reunion last Saturday night. And we were the last all-male graduating class at Boston Latin School in 1975. So
Oh my goodness!
the tradition that
That was Boston Latin was so famous. I had a guest on, Mary. She was the first woman to teach Latin at Boston Latin.
no kidding.
It was all male teachers,
That's right.
But she came on in the program. She was the first woman to be accepted into Boston
Mary
Latin.
Frazzati, was that?
I'm trying to think of her last name. Isn't that terrible? I can't remember the name. She's in her 90s.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's something. Honest to God, you never know.
no.
You never know. You don't. So you've accepted life.
Oh, yeah.
You did that. Also the schools, and then you got married. And life goes on. Then you decided the politics was what you wanted.
Yeah, I like helping people. It gives me a good feeling to be able to make a difference in someone's life.
Right.
And I was in business when I first got. I went to Stonehill College, which is a small.
My daughter did too. Yeah.
It's a great school. It's just
Yeah.
south of Boston.
Right.
And I took business administration. And for the first 6 years of my life after that, I was in the transportation business.
Wow.
And I was not fulfilled personally by it. I was fulfilled monetarily. I had a lot of money and
Of course.
nice
yeah.
car. and
Well, of
everything
course,
else.
the whole bit.
But it did not fulfill me. And then I decided that I'd like to engage in helping people. And that gives me a feeling of
Right.
sleep at peace. And
Right.
so I've been doing that for
Good.
the past few years. And
You've been helping people.
trying to make a difference.
Try to make a
I'll do
difference.
my part.
You must get a lot of requests. They all do.
Yeah.
All different types of requests
Mm-hmm.
for help here, there, and there.
Yeah, and the one way I judge it is, and they could be a big thing or a very, very small thing. But to the person calling, it's the most important thing in their life. And that's how I view it.
Right.
And if they're on the other end of that phone and I'm thinking, well, it's really not that big of a deal, but to them, it's the most important thing
Right.
in their life, or they wouldn't be calling. So we give it 100% all the time to try to make that,
To do-
whatever the problem is, go away. You know?
Now you have a staff.
I do, yeah. I have 4 people.
Really? That's a lot of people. Well, we've got how many neighborhoods, so you would need them.
Well, we
I was just thinking about the
19
United
neighborhoods.
States, and you only got 4 staff people. I
one
I
for
guess
every
it is.
4.5 neighborhoods.
But that's a lot of work, Steve.
It can be. But there are other counselors doing work, and the
Yes.
mayor's office is all
Right, they're
all
always helping,
omnipresent, and
yeah.
they've got you've got great agencies like the elderly
Right. Oh,
services
they're
that
the
take
best,
care of
yeah.
people citywide, and
Right.
you have no problems there. So
And they need to because
Yeah.
there's so much going on.
this past winter we got deluged with snow. Get us plowed out.
I know,
you know.
please come and do us. I remember the phone calls that used to come in, send us somebody, I don't have anybody to help us, when I think of those years. But the city councilors, that's what your job is.
That's it.
You're there to help them. I mean, it may not be just one little small thing, but across the board,
Yep.
and that's what you do.
It's a big part of it, constituent services. Then there's the legislative part.
Right.
We passed an ordinance the other day in City Council to reduce diesel emissions in the city,
Really?
which is going to help everybody's air quality. The people that have asthma or emphysema or have lung issues.
Yeah, the lung
And so,
issues.
yeah, and that can be tough stuff. And so now we've reduced it by 20%,
Wow.
the air particulates, the particulate matter in the air. So it's something, and I know Mayor Walsh supports it. He'll be signing it in the next few days, and
Which is good,
makes
because you do
Boston
need to
better.
help it, right?
Makes your neighborhoods healthier, your people are
I
healthier.
know a lot of the seniors having so much trouble,
Uh-huh.
but so this is something nice that you can do for it.
Yeah.
I know they're talking about the sidewalks and, the roads and everything, but I noticed that it is starting to get better. Some of the roads are being fixed.
Oh, God. We have
Well,
a
this
lot
winter-
of work to do.
I know this winter was really bad,
Yeah.
but at least they're trying.
Yeah, they're out there every day.
They're trying to get
They've
things
got
done.
a big machine, they call it Potzilla. And it goes,
Podzilla?
pot,
I've never heard of
P-O-T,
this one. Yeah,
as in
okay.
you got a pothole,
Yeah.
and Potzilla goes out and fills the pothole.
I like that. That's very good. That's what you call it. Potzilla. It helps you make other things. Well, you've got to make some fun of things. Otherwise, you'd go hysterical. I mean, you'd be like cuckoo at the end of the day with all you have to put up with.
Well, there's an old saying, why are we here? Because we're not all there.
I remember that. We're not all there. That's why we're here. Okay, I like that.
Because we're not all there.
Just there are some seniors who have never ever been into City Hall or have seen the council's office. Just walk us through it for a second, okay?
Well, the city council office is on the 5th floor, and on one side of the 5th floor, you have the office of the mayor, and there's a suite in the corner of the 5th floor. It's actually the southeast corner of the building. And then in the other corner, the southwest corner, is the city council chamber, the Ionella chamber. And then the northeast and northwest corners are council offices, all on the 5th floor. And council meets every Wednesday at noontime. Sometimes those meetings take 2, 3, 4 hours if we're debating the budget. Sometimes they're a little less. But there are hearings going on every day. There are community meetings every night.
Right, yeah.
There are events in the neighborhoods on weekends. So you don't really work a 9-to-5 job. But
God, no.
You put your hours in, but they're not
Yeah.
9 to 5. You're in, you're out, you're in the neighborhoods, you're moving around.
Well, I remember Joe Timilty sitting with us during the forced busing days way back, and they were talking about, the hours. There was no such thing as normal hours.
No.
I mean, it wasn't it. If you decide to go into that field, forget it.
Your life is not your own.
Your life is not your own. Exactly right. I remember one senior saying they can't even have a cup of coffee without the phone ringing.
It's true. And now we have cell phones.
So that's
The
ringing
intrusion.
constantly. And the other thing is ringing. People come up to you, tap you on the shoulder. Or I like the senior who used to write the notes down, and when she went to events, she'd hand the note to you, put it in your pocket.
No?
Oh, yeah, so be prepared
Yeah.
that, you're going to have to answer questions for her.
Sure.
But that's life, though, Steve.
It is. And people, and especially the seniors, they've given their best to this city.
Right.
The city is what they made it, and they've handed it off to us.
Right.
And now we're trying to keep it going.
And you are, though. You're picking right up with it. You're not ignoring them.
And that's why I try to give them my best coming back. Whenever someone calls, give them their best. That's what
Right.
you're there for.
Yeah, don't just say,
Fluff them off.
no, because they like you. And that's why they probably keep electing you.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it would
Maybe
have
my
to be.
mother helps.
Oh, your mother's a big help here. For those of you, some of you do not know his mother, but others do. I got to tell you, this guy is unbelievable. His mother, when she goes places, it's like a beautiful sun ray comes in the room. Really, just her smile, the way she talks, and then from that it goes and grows and grows. I know it's really something. Are your sisters like her?
Oh, they just like her, yeah.
It's just like, because I don't know them too often, but I just noticed that she has such an ability to do things that way. That's life, though. I mean, you just can't believe it. You just say, oh, my God. So now tell me, let's walk back forth. You've been 19 years, 20 years? How many years
I'm
have
in
you
my
been
19th now
in politics in
in city
Boston?
council, yeah. And
Imagine.
I was chair of the elderly at one
Right.
point. I was chair of labor. I've been Ways and Means chair. I've been chair of public safety, police, fire, and EMS.
Yeah.
And I've been president of the council for
Right.
3 years, and that's term limited. Otherwise, I might
Right.
still be there.
I was just going to say.
And now I'm back doing chairing public safety, and I'm the vice chair of public health.
But see, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's the good part. You talk to the other gentleman, you know, the women, whoever is, you know, to be your coworker.
Yeah.
But it makes a big difference because you know what you're doing. And that's what you want to keep going on.
Yeah. I learned a lot from former Mayor Menino about politics is about helping people.
Yeah.
That's what got him involved.
Oh, yeah, definitely,
And,
definitely.
I listened to him, and he was a very, very astute political person who knew how to operate.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't think he was.
Oh, he was.
Of course, he was definitely. But you know why? Because he didn't show it all the time.
No.
That was not
He
his
was
way.
one of us. He was.
He was this normal person. That's the whole thing. And he'd go and listen, you know, and look you in the eye. And you're going to talk? Fine, you talk.
And the new mayor, he's been there for a year and a half.
Right,
I've known him for about 20 years, and he's a guy that listens and learns.
See, this is
pays
it.
attention. He's a patient guy and kind and has a good heart
Yeah.
and is from a good family. And I think Boston's in good hands there.
I think so. I think we're all right
Yeah,
now. You
I
know.
do too.
But who knows what's going to go down the road,
Yeah.
or the path, or the lane, whichever we're going to do.
lanes, paths.
Right, with all this path and lane, we have no idea because there's so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
We hopefully the schools will get back on the right road.
Yep.
You know,
Well,
and
they're
that's what-
working hard. There's a lot of resources going
Right.
into the schools now.
And that's
We're
what we
lowering
want.
classroom sizes.
Right.
We're adding early childhood intervention
Right.
to get kids into school settings earlier.
which is the best thing
4-year-old.
when you
Oh,
think
it's
about it.
perfect.
I mean, it's before you.
Spend it now or spend it later, and you spend 4 times
Yeah. to
as
do.
much later.
Right. But that's part of your job and the other gentlemen and women that are with you. Because when you meet, you have to think about all,
Every need.
right.
Everyone
of
has
our
a
city.
wish list, and there's only so much. My grandmother used to have this saying, there's only so much wheat in the barrel.
She is so right. There
And
was
I'd
only
ask
so
her
much
something,
wheat.
and she'd say, you know, there's only so much wheat in the barrel.
She's right. She's absolutely right because we always got everything, so we just thought,
Keep it coming.
right, keep it coming, right? But years ago, it was a little different. They grew up in little ways and compared to
And I
us.
remember that saying as a young kid, and I was thinking about it when I became a counselor. Everybody would be looking for something, and I'd say, you know, there's only so much wheat in the barrel. That's right.
But see, that must help you when you hear the other ones talking about different items, you know, and different things they wanted to go forward with. Yeah,
Yeah,
mine clicks.
How do we, because there are priorities, and everybody has priorities, and the district councilors think that the world begins and ends in their district.
Right.
So they have, this is my priority, then the district councilor over here has his priority, and then,
Right.
you know, you're looking at the whole city and saying, how do we balance this to make it work for everybody, you know?
But it does. But you have to then, when you get phone calls and you get letters and you get people coming up to you, that's a lot. You got to divide it, right?
Yeah, oh,
Into
yes,
which ones are the most important
Well, yeah.
and which one's the road you can go down that now, then.
How can you make something work for someone?
Yeah, you know, that must be hard work when you think about it. It's like, oh, wait a minute, how am I going to make that? How am I going to do this?
Well, I think, you know, having some experience helps, because once you've done it, you kind of now you know the way down the
that's
road.
true, yes. We don't think of that. So that does make a big difference.
Experience matters, there's no question. I remember when I first ran for office, my slogan was, give a young man a chance.
Give a young
Now my slogan is, there is no substitute for experience.
That's true. There is
isn't.
there is no substitute for an experience. Excuse me, for those of you looking at me, I fell and broke my shoulder, but it's healing. I'll be okay,
Yeah.
right?
That was
Yeah.
three or 4 days ago,
I know.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. I can't drive. That's the hard part. But I suppose we can hire a chauffeur or something. Right? But listen, I can't believe, Steve, that 20 years have passed. Seeing you come and go in the sense of working with different people, different neighborhoods, representing different programs, right? Did you have a favorite? No. I won't put you on the spot. No.
I think it's an incredible honor to have the position that I hold and to go to work every day with a bounce in your step, knowing that the call's going to come and you're going to be able to make a difference.
Unbelievable. I can't believe we're out of time again. It's just, I don't know. What can I say? To all of you seniors, we want to thank you very much for watching the program. Remember, Senior Count is brought to you by Mayor Marty J. Walsh, right? And our Commissioner, Emily Shea. And to contact us, please call 617-635-4366. Or there's, I remember the mayor's 24-hour hotline. You can call at any time. It's in all the books, 4500. You know, you may email us at the Elderly Commission also, and it's very easy. You can find us on Facebook. I mean, there's so much. And what we say to you is, like, if you need to get in touch with this gentleman, you pick up the phone and you call.
That's it.
Right? And if you have a problem, the Elderly Commission, pick up the phone and call them. Because that's what it's all about. That's what the city programs are.
That's right.
For all the constituents in the city of Boston.
They're a resource.
They're a
Big
resource. And use it. And more people are using it. Steve, thank you again for coming. I know you got a busy
It's good to see
schedule,
you.
but it was nice of you to come and just talk.
you.
The seniors love to get to know the gentleman, you know, like,
Yeah.
when did you get the gray hair? You know, this type of deal, type of thing. Thank you very much for listening to us. We hope you'll join us again. We're on so many different times, you know that. Look at your schedule. And we thank BNN. Appreciate it.
I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself.